What if some of the best watches you could buy right now are flying completely under the radar simply because they do not scream for attention? When people think of German watchmaking, they usually jump straight to the biggest names, but quietly, beneath the spotlight, German microbrands are producing some genuinely thoughtful, well-built timepieces with real character. These are brands focused on design integrity, engineering discipline, and long-term wearability, not hype cycles. In this video, we are diving into underrated German microbrand watches that are absolutely worth your time and money. Stick around, because a few of these might change how you think about value in watchmaking. You know what's funny? In a world obsessed with tracking every second, MeisterSinger went in the opposite direction. The brand built its entire identity around single-hand watches, asking a simple question: how much precision do we actually need? The result is a design philosophy centered on calm, balance, and patience. MeisterSinger watches encourage you to read time in broader strokes, which creates a surprisingly relaxed relationship with your wrist. The dials are clean, highly legible, and instantly recognizable without relying on flashy details. Production stays focused, quality remains consistent, and the brand never feels rushed. MeisterSinger appeals to people who value clarity and restraint, offering a refreshing reminder that less information can sometimes feel more meaningful. Archimede is a great example of a brand that lets execution do the talking. Closely tied to a long-established German case manufacturer, Archimede puts serious emphasis on how a watch feels, not just how it looks. The designs are calm, purposeful, and refreshingly honest. Nothing feels overworked or decorative for the sake of it. Swiss movements handle the mechanics, allowing Archimede to focus on case finishing, proportions, and long-term durability. These are watches that age quietly, gaining character instead of chasing trends. If you appreciate solid construction, clean layouts, and consistency over flash, Archimede makes a very strong case for itself. Junghans occupies a unique space in German watchmaking. While larger than most microbrands, it still carries the soul of thoughtful, design-driven production. Founded in the 19th century, Junghans became deeply influenced by modernist design movements, and that legacy remains front and center today. Clean lines, perfect proportions, and visual balance define the brand's aesthetic. What makes Junghans special is how it blends industrial scale with emotional restraint. Despite its size, the brand never feels generic. It appeals to collectors who appreciate design history and watches that feel timeless rather than trendy. Junghans proves that consistency, when done right, can be incredibly powerful. Aviation-inspired watches can easily become theatrical, but Junghans takes a far more grounded approach. Drawing from early German engineering and aviation heritage, the brand focuses on legibility, symmetry, and purpose. The designs echo cockpit instruments without leaning into costume territory. Dials are structured, easy to read, and refreshingly practical. Movements are chosen for reliability, keeping the emphasis on usability rather than mechanical showmanship. Junghans appeals to enthusiasts who enjoy aviation influence without excessive nostalgia. It's a brand that respects its roots while staying wearable and relevant in everyday life.
Mühle Glashütte comes from a background where precision was never optional. Long before wristwatches, the company specialized in marine chronometers and navigation instruments, and that mindset still shapes its watches today. Designs are clear, balanced, and focused on readability. There is a strong emphasis on regulation and testing, ensuring real-world performance rather than theoretical specs. Family ownership has helped the brand maintain direction, evolving carefully without losing its core values. Mühle appeals to people who appreciate watches built for function first, where tradition exists to support performance, not decoration.
So here's the real takeaway. German microbrands thrive on quiet confidence. They don't chase hype, they don't overpromise, and they rarely shout. Instead, they focus on thoughtful design, disciplined engineering, and watches that feel good to wear year after year. If you value restraint, clarity, and long-term satisfaction over logos and noise, these brands deserve a closer look. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these German microbrands caught your attention? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive.